Very much. Hi everyone, my name is Eamon. So I'm one of the founders of Lemongrass as well. And I'll talk a bit today about accelerating SAP adoption. So just a quick introduction to who Lemongrass are. We focus purely on getting SAP workloads onto AWS, and then we run a managed service once it's on AWS. We've been doing this since 2010. We've got one of the biggest teams in the world at doing this, over 190 people. One thing that we do is we focus a lot on automation, and I'll talk why that's really important for things like S4. And with that automation, it allows us to scale. We've been 100% successful to date, so this is all we do. We're very focused on it, and we've done a lot of thinking about how we can help customers with SAP S4 and things like SAP Cloud Platform. So what do we see customers are asking for today? And we've created what we call a pyramid of needs, almost like Maslow's. It always starts at the bottom. When people are talking about cloud, they want to see a business case. So that has to be there. We need to show there's a compelling cost saving by getting to cloud. So we see typically between 45 and 75% cost reduction by getting SAP workloads onto AWS. Of course, we've got an opportunity to do some DB replatforming. That's a great first step for some people to get to HANA. But also looking at things like SUSE as an OS target. And looking at additional, and I suppose really importantly, improved service levels as we move into what we call operational excellence. This is where you can start to use cloud to automate a lot of the basis activities and infrastructure activities that take up a lot of people's time. So what we're doing with our product MyCloud is we're effectively automating all of those activities. It's taken a while to get through that, but the point of operating is where it starts getting interesting. Once you automate your operations, you can start to be agile. So you can start to do things quicker. And that starts to play into S4 innovation. So with agility, you can support innovation. You can support faster release cycles with SAP. And that means you can try things out quicker. So what we see when people are starting to do that, the question becomes, so what? What happens next? Well, if you look at the broader context of what's happening in the SAP world, I mean, everybody knows there's already a really robust set of data models and data processes within S4. There's some great data analytic tools as well today, so we know that's there. But when you start to combine that with things like AWS's set of services or SAP's SCP, suddenly there's some brand new use cases that can come out. So what we see is, for customers to get to S4, it's not just about upgrading ECC, it's actually about opening the door to some brand new innovation. And typically, and certainly this is all cloud-based automation. This is not stuff that you can install generally on-premise. So what do we do to accelerate that? So we took from the automation build point of view, that's the obvious thing to do. When you want to get to S4 quickly, you should obviously automate the build, automate the operation of that as well. However, when it comes to doing automation, people start to fall into a bit of an automation cul-de-sac, where some people write some scripts, some other people write some automation, some people use Jenkins, some people use something else, and the framework for automation becomes disjointed. And then what happens is that the cost of maintaining that is actually a lot higher than it should be. So what we've done with our MyCloud product is that we've created what we called MyCloud formations, which comprise a whole series of building blocks. Those building blocks all leverage SAP and AWS recommended best practices. So from all of the SAP notes and from AWS's guidelines. The framework also is very easy to extend. So what we tend to see is that despite the fact they might be moving to S4 as a new target, there's still generally some infrastructural and basis level specifics for each customer. So what we can do is we can extend the automation to easily deal with those additional features. And then it becomes, once you start to abstract it, you begin to realize that what we're doing here is, while AWS have abstracted infrastructure to a service that's very consumable with just a few clicks what we're doing was we're abstracting SAP infrastructure, SAP bases to an application level concept that's very easy to interact with just a few clicks. So what we do is we produce a product catalog with all of the SAP product versions. And what happens is when you come in to provision those, you can select if it is S4, if you're going to some other products in your landscape or non-HANA, those can also be incorporated. But that build out isn't just provisioning an SAP system, it's also all of the operational tooling required for that as well. So the backup management, all of the monitoring, all of the HADR capability, the ability to do near zero downtime patching for HA and HANA, actually for OS and HANA. All of that capability is built into the provisioning as well. And then what we end up with, in effect, is a self-healing platform for S4HANA and for additional HANA products. That self-healing means that people spend less time on the operational activities, where most of the basis teams are spending their days today, and they can put more focus into that extension into not just S4 and the capability within S4, but also the services from AWS and the services, importantly, from SCP. Now, I had a demo ready to go, but for whatever reason, the Wi-Fi gods are against me. Give me 1 second, I'll see if I can just kick it off. If the... Yeah, I just want to see if I get the online.
The presentation you just went
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to get the... So we've got a Wi-Fi issue. So what I was going to show you was exactly that structure where we can go in and we can provision out those specific structures. So what we have at the bottom level is effectively a cluster. So all of the services are within AWS, within the application stack are clustered. We call a cluster a series of application services at one layer. And then those layers combine together to form a stack, and that creates an overall solution. So I suppose while we're waiting, hopefully for the Wi-Fi to come back, just ask within the audience here, is anybody else looking at either moving to cloud as part of an S4 migration, or just interested in general automation for SAP? Has anybody got just automation in general? Is anybody here a SAP customer or partners or SAP customer? So do you guys run today on premise? You're a partner as well. Okay, so we've got all partners here, I think. Any customers here today? Cool, all partners, cool. Right, so partners, right. So any questions you guys maybe have about what we've done, or are you guys working on the same sort of thing? Yeah. Which company are you with? IBM? Okay, cool. Cool. Anyone else? Any questions about getting automation working for SAP on cloud? Okay, well I don't think did that come on again? The Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi? No Wi-Fi.
Oh, the Wi-Fi. Okay. Okay, well what I'll do is I'll wrap it up there. We do have a demo. What I can do is if you want to see that demo, just drop me a line. I've got my contact details are on the slide here. I'll happily either do a live demo or we can package it up and you can have a look at it online. But again, if anybody's any questions or if they want to talk offline about how we do this automation, how we see that driving that innovation, feel free to grab me after this. Okay,
all right.
Well, thank you for your time.
All right, let's give it up for Eamon. Thank you. Thanks for coming to our booth. Doing that. Sorry for all the
That's all right.
technical difficulties. Stay here, Eamon. We need your help. Don't take that off yet.
Oh.
Draw a number out of there for one of our winners on